Hi, welcome to my channel, Wellness with Wandia. My name is Wandia and I am a wellness practitioner. I am a practicing psychologist and I am a mountain guide. I look at health and wellness holistically, and my two disciplines are a perfect fit. In the past couple of episodes, we've been speaking about family, and today I dive into another component of family, which is sibling rivalry. I hope I got that right and that my treble thing did not show up in this. So what exactly is sibling rivalry, and is it healthy and is it dysfunctional? So it is normal for siblings to compete. It's normal because you're brought up in the same home. Sometimes you're competing for resources, and the resources may be material resources and also resources in terms of the affection of the parents in that home. So it's common and it's expected for siblings to be rivals. However, as children grow, this rivalry is meant to diminish because you're meant to come into your own and become independent and cease competing with your siblings for things within the home. That is what happens or should happen in a normal scale. Sometimes this does not happen, and I'm actually going to focus a bit on that. What causes unhealthy sibling rivalry within a home? There are a number of factors, and one of them could be favoritism by the parents. Many parents will say that they don't favor any of their children, and they love all their children equally. Allow me to laugh because that is not true. It's not possible to love children equally, but it is possible to love all children within the home. Why do I say it's not possible to love them equally? It's because all the children have got different personalities, different characteristics, and those children who have got a personality that blends with yours are the ones that you would more likely be more affectionate and gel with and want to spend more time with. It's just natural for it to be that way. And then there are the children who you name after maybe your mother, and you had a fantastic relationship with your mom, or you love your mom that much. There will be a bias towards that child. You will love that child a bit more. And there's also the children who are named after maybe a father or a parent that you did not have a very good relationship with. And the reason I say this is because children have got different personalities and different characteristics. And because we're human beings, as a parent, you're more likely to be drawn to a child whose personality and character blends with yours. So if you're a parent who loves order, who loves organization, who loves honesty, and you've got a child who displays those characteristics, that is the child you will be drawn to a lot, and it will come out and it will be visible to be seen. If you're a parent who enjoys adventure, you love the outdoors, you love trying out new experiences, and you've got a child who has got that very curious, playful nature, that is the child that you'll bond with a lot, and you will want to spend lots of time with them. And truth be told, children of that home can tell. You can tell. I mean, think about yourself and the home that you grew up in. You knew who was mom's favorite, you knew who was dad's favorite. And many times we don't hold this against you. It's just that we know. And sometimes we use it to our advantage. You'll find the children within the home, if they want something, they will ask the child who they agree is the one who's loved most to go and ask for permission to do something. If we want to go on holiday, want something to be bought in this home, we want our curfew to be extended, they will go to the child who is most favored in that home. So that, as I had earlier said, is normal. Sibling rivalry is normal as you're growing up. And when you get of age, this ideally should diminish. However, sometimes it does not diminish. And it goes on to the point where you find that siblings actually do not have relationships anymore. They don't talk, they avoid each other, they're not even interested in trying to relate with each other. How does this happen? This happens when some of the dynamics within the home perpetuate sibling rivalry. I'll allow that to sink in for a bit. And if you don't understand what I have just said, I'd encourage you to go and watch previous episodes so you can catch up. But I'll just tell you a little snippet. In the event you are growing up in a home where there is enmeshment or there's a surrogate parent, and this person is getting more affection from the other parent who is still there, I'm going to come back with an example. You'll find that this unhealthy coupling, unhealthy dynamic will be perpetuated up until adulthood and beyond. In a home where there's a parent who is terminally or critically unwell, and one of the siblings within that home rises up to fill that gap of the unwell parent, there will be an unhealthy bond formed between the child and possibly the father, if the mother is the one who is unwell. What this then means is that surrogate spouse, which is now the child, will get more affection from the mom and will be tapana. That one we have to edit. We're going to edit. Let me continue. Just allow me to step back. You'll just cut out. Will you know how to cut out? Okay. I should hope you know how to cut. The example, I want to make it more clear. I left it too open. I want to sharpen it. So it is the example that I want you to edit. All right, here we go. So how does sibling rivalry continue into adulthood? This continues into adulthood when those same children from that home are not able to establish their independence out of the home. If you're not able to step out of the home, start your own family, form your own friends, become independent, you will always be fully attached to your family of origin. Meaning that you'll still be competing for those resources we had spoken about. You'll be competing for the resources in terms of love and affection from the home. You'll be competing for meaning from the home. You'll be competing for financial resources from the home. That is what will happen to children who become adults and have not become fully independent. It is therefore extremely important for parents, as they are raising their children, to encourage them, to almost even push them out of the house to become independent. Once a human being is able to establish their own roots away from family, the pressure upon competing with each other diminishes because you're fully formed, you're independent, you have formed your space, you hold your own space in society. So you're no longer competing for meaning from this specific home. You're coming into this home because you are bonded by love, or rather by blood, but you're not coming to compete for resources within this home. Some other reasons that may cause sibling rivalry into adulthood is in the event one of the parents is unable to discharge their duties as a parent fully. Remember the example in a previous episode I talked about a father who maybe lost his job and was not able to get another job. He was not able to financially provide for the family and turned to alcohol or any other substances, and therefore then was only a father or a dad in name. That particular father has created a vacuum in that home. And we know that nature abhors a vacuum. So if the father is not discharging his duties as a father in that home, and there is a boy in that home, chances are that he will rise up and fill the gap that the father was meant to fill. What that means is that he will have an unhealthy bond with his mother, and the other children in that home will recognize that and will possibly be a cause of rivalry among them. If, as these people continue to grow, the mother does not stop this unhealthy coupling with her son, it will perpetuate and continue to be there up until her children are adults. And because that relationship cannot be replicated, the other children of that home will always look at this person and see that indeed you are the one who has always gotten the favor. You're the one who has always gotten mom's ear. You're the one who has always gotten the affection. And it continues, and it will draw serious divide among the siblings. That is another way that sibling rivalry continues up until adulthood. Another thing, and that is why I will need to stress the independence, children who are not able to go out and stand on their own in society will always be coming back to compete for resources, for meaning, for definition from this home. It is important, as we are taking this very, very huge responsibility of parenting, that we need to understand the things that we do and the things that we say have got lasting impact on our children, on our children's children, up to future generations, until the point somebody is able to say, this trauma stops with me. Again, the reason I picked this topic of family to share is because I want to help people understand that you're not alone in living in a dysfunctional family. Dysfunctional families are more the norm than functional families. So it's normal to be in a dysfunctional family, and there is help for those who are curious and want to understand how and why they behave the way they do based on their family upbringing. If you'd like to take this journey, please click the link below, take the numbers, give us a call, and I'll be happy to walk this journey with you. Or if not, you could also join us on a hike, because nature is so therapeutic and so healing. Join us for one of the hikes of Mountain Slayers, and you'll be able to start your own journey of healing. Family is dear. Family can cause you pain. But in it all, remember that you would not be who you are if you did not grow up in the home that you did. Thank you for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. Thank you.